Yo, what up? I just heard some crazy shit about King Louie got shot in the head in Chicago, what 83rd and something. But they say he breathing, he talking. You know, what I mean, that's cool. But I just feel like that's crazy, man. Like the one thing that I will say about Chicago artists that I really don't understand, like if you got money and you can afford to get out and move like your family out, I don't mean like your team and all that shit. I mean, I get it being loyal to a block, being loyal to your niggas that you came up with. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You're responsible for you, your main family. You know what I mean? That's your daughter. If you good with your baby mama, you know, little brothers, shit like that. You know, your immediate family. Why not move out? You know what I mean? Get them out of the area. You know what I mean? Out the state and just move to a better situation. That's the crazy thing, you know, I don't get about, you know, the life, the atmosphere. Like it's just sad, you know. But I hope he be all right. You know, I hope this is a wake up call for him. I hope it's nothing bad that go on, you know, as far as him recovering. Because you know, when you get shot and you know you can get shot, get hit by a car, anything, you never know if you'll make a full recovery or not because certain shit can go wrong in the process of you healing or them doing surgery. I just hope he make it out of this and use this as a life lesson, you know, and basically get out of Chicago, man. It's like it's nothing there. Like niggas don't got nothing to prove. I once heard, you know what I mean, from my older cousins on my dad's side, that when you in the streets and you doing what you doing, and we all know, you know, if you know about Frisco, Mission District and you know, Hunters Point and things like that. My cousin was just basically like anybody that gets in a lifestyle and make it out or have a chance to make it out and you choose not to and something happened to you, that's stupid on their part. Because at the end of the day, it's a block, it's a street. You know what I mean? Once they come clean the scene off, your blood get wiped up, you know what I mean? They tape the shit off. Next day is the same shit gonna go on. You know what I mean? You're gonna have the people do the RIP for you and, you know, the t-shirts and the candles, but life goes on. You know, and I realize that just getting a little incidents that I've been in, like people care but they don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? So you basically here to take care of the people that means something to you at the end of the day. A lot of people don't realize when they got family that your family really is, you know, the only one that give a fuck. You know what I mean? And some would say that they got friends that, you know, treat them more like family than regular family. I really don't believe that shit because at the end of the day, when you go through shit, your mom, your dad, you know, your grandma, the ones that really care seeing you from a kid, those are the ones you're supposed to think about. You know what I mean? So I hope Louis be all right, man, because he to me, he's a good artist. You know what I mean? I just feel like a lot of the shit that I can't really speak on, you know, him as far as the gang shit. I'm not really, you know, about that because I'm not in that culture. But at the same time, it's the people that surround you. You know what I mean? Because we all see this shit on YouTube. You know, when Chicago artists get into it on Twitter and things like that, it don't mainly be the main artist. It sometimes be their team. And honestly, listening to Louis music, I'm not saying what he into, what he ain't into, but I've really never seen him interact on Twitter with bullshit like that. You know what I mean? He may say a couple things here and there, but you don't really see him going back and forth on Twitter. You see his team though, you know what I mean, getting into a lot of shit, and that makes me like think, cause I'm a thinker. Like, well, if you was over there where you was at, and you know how Chicago is, where's your team at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why these niggas ain't doing what they gotta do? You know what I mean? Because it's like you go on Twitter and you look, everybody sending their condolences. A lot of people saying some crazy shit, which is, you know, that's crazy. You never kick a person when, you know, when they down. But if it's the street life and it is what it is when it comes to certain shit, then I feel like your team should, whoever, you know, had anything to do with it, they should be on it. I'm not condoning violence. You already know I'm not violent. I don't believe in that type of shit. But as far as the lifestyle and things, you know what I mean, shit, I mean, hey, because if I was in a lifestyle and something happened to me, my team supposed to be on that. Like if I'm down, even if I'm breathing, if I make it out, by the time I get up and look at the paper, 5 of them should be down. But I'm not condoning that shit, but I'm just saying a lot of shit just don't make sense. So hopefully this is a wake up for him, and he definitely can, put his life in a different direction. Because, I mean, you look at everybody, like, that's in Chicago that don't really be there no more. You got Lil Durk, you got Chief Keef, I mean, Lil Herb, even Bibby and them. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to learn to get out of that shit. And if you notice, a lot of the drill shit that was going on, a lot of artists really stepping away from drill music. But I know music and the gang culture is two different things, but at the same time, I just feel like some people get into situations that they deserve and could prevent it, and some people get into situations that can be prevented, but at the same time, shit happens. So that's crazy. I hope he make it out of it. I hope he actually lives, because that's just a sad thing that's going on in Chicago. But who knows, though? It just only get worse with violence, you know what I mean? I just wish people can, I don't know, try to solve more things without violence. And I get it, you know what I mean? Somebody do something to you, you want to do something back to them, but that's how the shit keep going, and that's the kind of, the problem that's there. Like it's wrong what cops do to us, but for one, look what we do to ourselves and our own people. Like, that is some real shit. I mean, I'm not preaching or nothing like that, but I've always thought that, like, why do we get mad at, the police, which is wrong. I'm not saying it's not a lot of racist cops, but why do we as a society and people, we like take down and kill a person look just like us? You know what I mean? Like, that's real shit. And not saying it because Kendrick or Lupe or J. Cole or Wale, all these people said it. It's just a real thing that goes on. And if you live in those inner cities, then you see it every day. Like, if I lived in the suburbs, I probably couldn't relate to a lot of the shit because I live in the suburbs. I don't go through the same shit that, you know what I mean, a lot of people go through. You would still go through racism if you black living in the suburbs, but you wouldn't be in certain areas and you wouldn't be around certain demographics in certain situations. You feel what I'm saying? Because I can go to a city and go to a dope ass mall, and when I walk in the store, and I can walk in the store, with other customers that's black, but you can look at me and look at them, they'll judge me from, perspective of how I'm dressed based upon he's black as well, but look how, it's perceived different. So if you get what I'm saying, I'm not the most politically correct person, but at the same time, you get the feeling of what I'm basically trying to say. So I don't know, that shit crazy, man, but prayers go out to King Louie and his family. I hope he make it out of it. But y'all heard about this? Man, what do y'all think about it? You know what I mean? If you lived in Chicago, would you want to move out of Chicago? And I even heard it's people that don't even live in Chicago that want to move to Chicago in these certain areas. And I'm like, what's wrong with people? Like, I don't understand that. Ain't life worth more than just you being a body in a fucking morgue? I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but that's just my thoughts. One.